Questions within the question library can be used in any D2L quiz. A little structure here goes a long way. On the course navbar, click Assessments and then Quizzes. Under the navbar, click the Question Library tab to begin creating questions to use within your D2L quizzes. Again, it's good to create structure in your question library. We'll create some folders to house similar type questions. D2L calls these folders sections within the question library. Click the blue New button drop-down and select Section. I'll type in a section title of Module 1 questions. We'll also check the Hide section title from Students, since we don't want this title to appear within quizzes. That's all we'll need to mark for now, and click Save. I'll do the same process to create a section for Module 2 questions. This begins to put structure within your question library. Rather than throw all questions in a long list, we now have sections, i.e. folders, to help organize questions. As a side note, you can put sections within sections for a finer level of organization. To put questions within one of these sections, click that section name to open the folder and begin adding questions. I'll click the Module 1 questions name. Click the blue New button drop-down and then click Multiple Choice Question. Type in the question text and then the possible answers. For the question, I'll write, "Who was the 16th President of the USA?" Answer choice 1 will be Herbert Hoover. 2 will be George Washington. 3 will be Barack Obama. And 4 will be Abraham Lincoln. Remember to put a check in the circle to the left of the correct answer. You can click the X to the right of an answer blank if you only want 3 choices. D2L defaults to 4 possible answers. Alternatively, you might click Add Answer to offer more answer choices. Often you'll want the answer choices to be randomly presented to students. If so, scroll down and check Randomize Answers for each student. We don't normally worry about default points when designing the question. Rather, work with those values as you design the quiz. See our video titled Quizzes, Creating a Quiz with Randomized Questions for help with that. By the way, did you notice the preview of this question to the right? Next, let's click the drop-down next to Save and click Save and New to create another question to be housed in the Module 1 section. This time we'll click the question type drop-down at the top left and switch from multiple choice to a written response question, the type used to create essay questions. Of course, instructors will need to manually grade essay questions, so notice that there isn't a correct answer spot in here. Type in your question text. I'll write, "Define truth and what it means to you." If you want students to use bold, italics, underline, etc., check the Enable HTML editor for student responses. Often students decide how much to type into an essay question based on how big the response box is. You can change the size of the answer box by clicking the Options drop-down and then choosing Add Custom Response Box Size. You'll then be presented with a new drop-down that contains 3 options for the box size. Select the best box size based on the response you'd like to get from students. Click Save or Save and New if you want to continue creating questions. If you decide you don't want one of the questions that you've created, you can check the box to the left of the question and then click Delete. Click Delete again to confirm. You can also click the checkbox next to a question and then click the Move option to put the question in another location. One last tip before we move on. Click the drop-down to the right of the question to find the Edit choice. Here you can change anything about that question. If you do edit, remember to save. You can create more questions by clicking New and then clicking any question type. You could click Module 2 questions on the far left and begin designing some questions for that module too. Once you're finished creating questions in the question library, click the blue Done Editing Questions button to the upper right of the screen. That covers creating and organizing questions in the D2L question library.